Hello, good morning, everyone. Good day, everyone. My name is Yoelle Maarek. I'm currently serving as a Vice President for Research and Science in Alexa Shopping. And Alexa Shopping is actually an interesting organization. I hope, I guess you have all heard about Alexa. Alexa is this very, very cool device that you're seeing here. There are many incarnations of Alexa. This is the Echo Show 5. And it's basically the smart vocal assistant of Amazon. And within Alexa, because Alexa is our vision for the future of ambient computing, there is one skill that skill. It means like kind of a vocal application that we think is super important for the future of all our customers. It's shopping, because Amazon is nevertheless about commerce. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about this evolution and how we are trying to make ambient computing a reality for all of our customers. So let's look at, this, the title of my talk is about actually already referring to Alexa as if she was a human being, right? And our role is really to help me to help you shop. That's what I'm going to talk about. But before we go and we dive into that, let's talk a little bit about assistants, vocal assistant, digital assistant, all this AI dream that you've heard about so much. So if we look at the history, the evolution of digital assistants, you must remember from the early days of series in around 2011, that was kind of a dream, and it was so funny to talk to this kind of assistant with a very nice voice. And then, we moved soon after to Google Assistant. You probably, also heard around 2014 about Cortana from Microsoft. But something happened with Amazon. We had this vision in the company, not only to have an assistant on your phone, as everyone, think about, but actually have Alexa be an integral part of your home. And that's the idea of all these echo devices. So you must remember these kind of tubes that were like a speaker in your home, and these far field interaction, the fact that you could be in your kitchen or in front of the TV and be able to talk to an assistant, not have to take your phone and talk to your phone, made a big difference. That was a major breakthrough. But this presence in your home or in your kitchen was just one step. And actually, the way we're looking at ambient computing, if you look at all these possible devices, it can be the small Echo Dot, that you see on the left. You can have it one with a screen like the one I just showed you. It can be in your plug. It could be, with Echo, or it can be in your car. One of my favorite is really the one in a microwave that you're seeing here on the screen. I mean, you talk to Alexa and she's embedded in your microwave, and you can ask your microwave actually to, to just to cook a chicken, and the microwave will know, for how long, etc. That's pretty cool. And of course the glasses, and one of the most recent one that you see on the extreme right is the Echo ring that you would have. You just put a ring on your, I'm still waiting to get one, on your fingers, and you go to the supermarket and you're not taking your phone out, just talking to your ring here. It's maybe, maybe I love rings, love jewelries, but that's really cool actually. So we don't know which ones are going to be like a big hit, but I think the dream of ambient computing is really, to try it, and let's see what our customer like the most. Um, what we know already, that all the eco device in the house have become really an integral part of the way that we live. Now if I go to another place, let's say that, with the COVID situation, I don't go much to hotels, but I know that I miss having an eco device there and start my day by asking about the weather, the temperature, playing the radio, because that really become a real habit for me. But having this ambient computing vision is not that easy, and let's talk about how to do that. The message I want to share with you today is that we are living basically AI. We are living, kind of in a science fiction, because technically, and I've been, in that field for the last maybe 30 years. I didn't think, it would happen, because it's really, really complicated. To make it work, we basically had to tap into the brightest mind of our AI scientists, and we started at Amazon to have this notion of what we call customer obsessed science. what we mean by customer obsessed science is that if you talk to scientists, to researchers, they love to invent, to be innovative, to write papers. And we love that as well. I have a team of researchers. That's what we love how to do. But what's different at Amazon, the way we do research these days is really that we start from the customers and we move from there backward. The key thing is really to first understand our customers. Then we want to satisfy their needs. And we want to do more than that. We want even to predict their needs. They don't know yet that they're going to need an assistant and Alexa, right? They didn't know that they could use, that for shopping. We're predicting it, and we try to think ahead of time what they might want. And if we do it right, actually, we have this kind of flywheel, and we are going to acquire more and more customers and delight them more and predict more needs, etc. That's basically this kind of flywheel of satisfaction that we're dreaming about. So how do we do that? um, we start with customer needs. What does that mean, customer needs? So we took the inspiration from web search. Yeah, I've been in the search field really for the last 30 years, starting with enterprise search, after that with web search, and now we really with the most modern challenge in search, which is voice search. And when you look at customer needs, actually in search, they haven't changed that much. These three needs, informational, transactional, and navigational, they come from the word of web search, actually, as you see in my citation. But the, the beauty of it that they exist everywhere. They also exist when you talk to Alexa. Yeah. Let me give it a shot. Let's see if it works, if I'm close enough. If I say, Alexa, what is the capital of France?
The capital of France is Paris.
I hope you could hear me. And it's working. You can do that at home, with your own devices. It's pretty cool. But it's not only by asking like this kind of informational thing that you're used to do, on your web services, on your search services. Actually, where Alexa introduced something new, and Alexa Shopping is really focusing on, is really doing transactional. So on the web, transactional needs, we need, you buy something online, you would go to Amazon.com. But now, today, actually, from the comfort of your house, without doing anything, you can just ask Alexa to order toilet paper. And she will know what type of toilet paper from the past. You can actually add stuff to your shopping list. You're cooking some things, and you miss some garlic, and you can ask Alexa to add garlic to your shopping list, and she will talk to you, and that's super, super convenient. And you also have transactional needs, sorry, navigational needs. What that means is that on web, it would be really to go to a website, for instance, I don't know, to British Airways to book a flight, right? Here with Alexa, it's opening another application. My favorite is Headspace. I love to meditate. It's the right time to meditate these days. And you can just ask Alexa to go to a third party application and do it from there. So it's really as if you had like the web hands free in your home, yeah, on your kitchen desk, and that's really, really convenient. Even more interesting, that these informational, transactional, and navigational needs, they exist themselves in shopping, because you're going to ask question about some products. You're going to ask, whether the blink camera is waterproof. You're going to want to buy a new one. You're going to have to go to the skill of the blink camera. So it's a navigational one. You want to do something more, to add more question, and then you want to add something to your shopping list. And the beauty of it, that shopping is not one action. It's not one click on a web browser. When Alexa is part of your household, it's really a journey. You go from informational to navigational, you go back to transactional, etc., etc. And we try to do that as natural, and to escort the customer in their natural shopping journey as much as we can, because you remember, we want to be customer obsessed to what our customers want, and we want to delight them. So I told you that it's not trivial. That's why we need research and what we need science. So let me share a little bit of the magic behind Alexa. So first, there is this notion of automatic speech recognition, something that didn't work like, 20 years ago. I remember, I had teams, trying to work, and it was difficult. But then the beauty of AI and deep learning and large scale computing, and we're starting to do that better and better. And actually, Alexa is pretty good at understanding my French accent in English. I love that. Not every assistant can do that. And now it's not perfect, let's be honest, but we are really, really at a level where Alexa really really understands you pretty well. One thing, the way it works is that you start by saying what we call a wake word. By default, it's Alexa, but it could be Echo or computer. Then you say your utterance, your need, your request. You ask, for instance, here a question: what security cameras are Alexa compatible? And as soon as you use this wake word, Alexa, only then she's going to send, and I'm calling her she. It's super important. It's not a it, it's a she. She's going to send this utterance to the cloud. Before that, everything remains really locally in your home. That's very important to preserve the privacy of our customers. We send it to the cloud, and then we do some magic. So let's look at this diagram. It's a little bit complicated, but I just want to go really fast to tell you that you're going to have this big speech platform that's going to do recognition, then going to do what we call natural language understanding (NLU). Find the right application that's going to, depending on the intent. Do you want to ask for the weather, for sport news, for setting an alarm, to put a timer, ask for a recipe? All that we need to do that in kind of federated platform, and when we get the answer, we generate back what we call TTS, text to speech answer, and Alexa is going to talk back to you, and you have your answer. So you see the complexity behind the scenes, a lot of software, a lot of, machine learning, etc. So even in every level, I told you it's a lot, but at each level, each component here of this platform itself has many, many subcomponents, and I'm not going to go too much into detail there, because again, it is complicated. Automatic speech recognition goes in many, many steps as well. First, we get an audio signal. Then we have to put it, really to make it from analog to digital. And then we are going to do all kind of modeling, and we are going to use lexicon, which are dictionaries. We are going to look at what we call language models and grammar. So many things are happening behind the scene, and that just for the generic automatic speech recognition. That's why we need so many scientists. But then, at the next level, we need now to make it shopping aware. So let's start with my first example, because I want to give you an example, an example that is not that trivial. So for instance, if I'm asking Alexa to reorder AAA batteries. So if you see now on the right side the pictures of AAA batteries, you see that not too complicated, from going from the word triple TRIPLE to the acronym AAA. That's kind of simple natural language processing. We can make it work. We know how to do this type of mapping, and we can, send it to your home, and it will work pretty easily. But look at the second example now. Alexa can tell, that's actually what the ASR understood from what you said, from a real customer said. Alexa understood, and that's how she transcribed it. Can 10-year-old kids play 10 grams? Two words, 10 grams. Can you guess what actually obviously that's not what the customer meant, but that's what Alexa guessed, because I told you, ASR is not perfect. We're still learning. Can you guess what actually the customer meant when he or she said 10 grams? Can you guess? If you have a good answer, try to write it, on the chat box. We'd love to see whether you can guess. Give me about 2 more seconds, 3 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Actually, what they mean is 10 gram. And it was not yet in our lexicon, so we got it wrong because 10 grams is more frequent. That's kind of easy example. Let me give you a very hard and true example. The next one: Alexa, order to kill a grapefruit iPhone case. What did the customer mean? Obviously, I didn't ask Alexa to kill anyone, obviously, but we misunderstood. What did the customer mean? Can you guess? I'm giving you a little bit more time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one is a very hard one. Actually, what the customer wanted, and it's a very rare need, a specific iPhone case that have an illustration of tequila grapefruit. And of course, Alexa could not guess that because it's so rare, so weird. Tequila, grapefruit, iPhone, they don't go together. The reason I'm sharing these true examples with you is basically because it's our day-to-day life. We have to guess very weird needs, because all our customers all of us have weird needs. We know all of us are, we look like to call that ordinary people with extraordinary tastes. That there has been some research on the topic. All of us have like very common needs. We need toilet papers, but sometimes we want something as weird as a tequila grapefruit iPhone case. And of course, we are customer obsessed. Our goal is to satisfy you, the customer, in any need you might have. Okay, so I hope I convince you that it's not trivial. So we need to understand your needs and then we need to satisfy your needs. So what does that mean to satisfy your needs? It's really to anywhere you might be, so at home obviously, but on the go, right? You're with your phone, you have your Echo Auto in your car, or you have even Alexa in some cars already embedded, and we need to do what you want, otherwise we will breach trust. So we need first to satisfy simple needs, adding to shopping needs, reordering milk. But then, if I say to Alexa, reorder my milk, who is my? So yeah, Alexa should understand it's me or my husband or my kids, and my is whom. So actually, you can teach Alexa today your voice. So if I say my milk or my husband say my milk, should be a different one, and she should be able to make the difference. We should also ask like very random questions, because the whole thing is we are talking about shopping journey, right? Well, you remember what I said before? It's we have these informational, transactional, navigational needs all along when we do shopping. So sometimes I'm not going to buy anything right now. I just want to know, which is better, tuna or salmon. I want to ask, is Fitbit waterproof? Is Harry Potter good for kids? All these things we need to answer because this is part of the shopping journey. Shopping is not just buying, buying, buying. It's really a journey where you ask questions, you read reviews, you give ratings. All that is part of the research challenges that we need to tackle. So we need to satisfy needs. And then, you can do that directly on your phone. So if you have kind of Echo Show again, these kind of devices, you can have these ones that have a screen. You have the small one. Let me show you. Maybe this one, like this one, but they have no, that's very, very cheap, and you can put them everywhere. There are so many, incarnation, you can find the right one for you. But the key thing is that it's not only that, because it's a kind of holistic experience. Sometimes you're going to want to work, actually have your Echo Dot communicate with your phone because you want more information. And then, you want to actually verify on your phone because it was a little bit more complex need. Or maybe you want to correct what you know, Alexa guessed something and you're not really happy with how she interpreted what you said. So you can correct it on your phone. For us, it's not voice, voice, voice. It's really a multimodal, holistic kind of experience. So here is an example that you can go to checkout and you can conclude your transaction on your voice device, or you can do it on your phone. You have many, many options to do that. The next step is actually to predict needs. And that's for us researchers like a dream, because we need really to kind of read the future, and we try to really to guess right. And one of the things, for instance, is to see your amount of consumption, right? How often are you going to order toilet papers? How often the like say average people, maybe same type of household, do they replenish toilet papers? And maybe we are going to send you a reminder, but we need to do that in a tactful way because we don't want to annoy people, right? So I'm not going to send you like a zillion of notification. But if we think that, and we're pretty sure that you are basically running out of toilet paper very soon, we are going to suggest it to you. Say, oh, maybe you might be running low on toilet papers. Okay, obviously during COVID, all our predictions are kind of weird because people had very weird behavior, with toilet papers. But in general, coffee, milk, etc., it was pretty well. But one thing that is super important that we call that insisting on higher standards. We do that only when we are very, very sure. So we better be good when we predict something for you, and when we send you a notification, we have really to keep our precision level very, very high. And another example is actually when we predict your needs, is that sometimes we are going to try to have the community help each other. And that's what's interesting, is that a year ago, it was not there because we didn't have this need yet. But enough people asked the question that we could actually go back to the community, and we ask the community and they give us the answer. And then, the next step, actually, we have an answer. And what's interesting in that example I'm giving you is that at the time, really, we had a specific type of bar that has 280 calories. Actually now, it's more, and we just adjusted because it depends on the size of your country or location, what type of sneaker bars, and we learn all the time. So that's one of the things, community, we are learning. We call that having not only, a very smart AI, but we have customers in the loop, customers who are actually helping the AI getting smarter and smarter. So it's really, really a hard challenge for all of us. What we're seeing is that we have tons of AI research challenges. I talked of AI. We all dream of that. We all dream of having, this smart robot who's like kind and gentle and funny. Actually, you can have jokes with Alexa. Ask Alexa to share jokes with you, and she, tell me a joke, and she will. Actually, in my team, we are doing research on what we call computational humor. We discover that our customers are very funny, and we can share the joke that they are saying about products with other customers, and that's super. That's actually for us a pleasure to see that. Shopping is also fun. It's not only being really task oriented, task, to do. Is also, it can be fun as well, because there is no reason not to smile when you do some shopping. And so we are seeing really that our customers behavior is changing all the time. They're surprising us by being funny, and we take advantage of that, and we are reactive to that. On the other hand, we are still not that used to interacting with a machine. I'm sure that if you try and we ask you not to talk to Alexa, you're going to see, the first time you do it, you're going to be a little bit awkward. And I know that at home, when I'm watching something on Netflix and I'm going to ask for an IMDb rating, and if I don't pronounce the name of the movie correctly, Alexa is not going to really understand me, and I'm going to not to find my words, and everyone is making fun of me, because we're learning. We're learning to talk to a machine, and on the other hand, the machine is learning to talk to us, and you need to be two to tango, and that's kind of a beauty that we do all these things together. It's for AI to be successful, we need everyone to cooperate, and the beauty of it that today, and we couldn't imagine it like 20 years ago. 20 years ago, to launch a product, you would need the technology to be perfect. Today, we're learning together, we're getting better together. Everyone is an early adopter. So our behavior is evolving, the technology is evolving, and we're making major progress thanks to our customers, thanks to our users. We're getting better. The more people are using it, the more needs arise, the better we're going to get. And that actually requires from us, the researchers, to come with more inventions in so many computer science discipline, right? Automatic speech recognition, we talked about it. Natural language processing, we talked a little bit about it. Information retrieval, which is my field, which is search. You need to search, and in the most difficult condition as possible. It's not like searching on the web, even if that big. You have a noisy signal. You have product search, which is complicated because if you want to pay for something, it better be perfect, right? Of course, machine learning and deep learning. You must have heard about it. It's kind of the new voodoo of AI. Let's be honest, we don't even understand 100% how this works, but it is working. You have these huge machines with these networks, neural networks that we train on with more and more data, and they're doing like almost magical stuff. We can explain the math, but sometimes we are surprised by the results. And the last but not the least, computer human interaction. You can do the best algorithm in the world. You can have the most efficient machines. If you're not customer obsessed, if you're not human obsessed, if you don't respect and care and listen to your customer, they're not going to use it. And that's where we need to excel. So basically, I shared with you all these challenges. I hope you understand that we are just at the beginning, but the future is very, very promising. We are dreaming to see Alexa everywhere, not only at home. We have it at the office, but it's going to be better and better in the office. Imagine the kind of wonderful things that you can do everywhere in enterprises with Alexa everywhere. Managing your meetings, taking notes for your meeting. Alexa should be part of your life in some sense, right? That's how we are looking at it today, working hard. And please, use it a lot, give a lot of feedback, because that's how we are going to do it better and better. That's it for me. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much for your attention today.